sacrifice. Deciding to invest in your family's future. And taking responsibility for the consequences of those actions.
Thank you for joining us for another TV Lingo discussion. I'm Eddie Lingo.
I'm Iris.
I'm Ron.
And today we're going to talk about the Netflix original series Ozark, starring Jason Bateman. Make sure I get that name right. So this series, we're doing, TV Lingo. If you don't know, we are going to be talking about season reviews. It's going to be the full season of shows that are released in full on Netflix, Amazon, Hulu. If it's a full series release, we're going to do a full series review. All right, so if you haven't seen it, please go watch the series. It is available on Netflix, and then come back and watch this discussion. All right, so Ozark is basically the story. Jason Bateman plays an angel investor. He's in a business where they invest in the companies and find ways to help it make profits and save these companies, what I call them angel investors, who finds out later, surprisingly, with a very interesting sequence of events, that his partner has been embezzling money from one of their clients, who happens to be a drug runner, very dangerous man. And that pretty much puts him in a situation where, in order to save his own life, he offers an opportunity to clean or launder a great deal of money for him in an attempt to save his life. Not sure if he can actually do it, but it's intriguing enough that the guy actually gives him the opportunity. And then there you have the platform for the show, and it's just go from there. Now, Iris, tell me, how did you feel about Ozark?
Honestly, I did enjoy it. I really liked it. The storyline is strong. All this, the way every little event, different characters, how they intertwine, it's done very well. There are some parts that are slow moving as hell, and then I kind of like, okay, nobody gives a shit, yep. And I had to fast forward to get to the point.
Oh.
I'm sorry, you guys. I'm not one that I get to the fucking point. Tell me what's gonna happen.
So no foreplay for her.
Well.
Ozark.
Anyways, but other than that, the show is really, really good. There were some parts that I was so utterly devastated at, which we'll get into later, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I have to say that it was very well put together.
It was. And Ron, how'd you feel about it?
This is not the first time we've got something like this. I don't know if there's a genre that it's called, but it's you take someone who's out of place and you put them in. It's normally either a thriller, a comedy, like Breaking Bad. You'll take someone like the teacher. Mm-hmm. You place in that situation where they have to teeter between good and bad, whatever the case is, and this is what this is. It's a good guy in a rough situation, but I felt like they did something new, refreshing. The way it plays out, I mean, even the opening of each episode to have the four main issues in it show up almost like Easter eggs for each one. So I just thought the music was great. I thought the build-up, I did not feel that it was slow at all. Mm-hmm. There's scenes that I went back and rewatched certain episodes, so I enjoyed it.
I have to agree. I thought this was a phenomenal show. One of the better shows I've seen in a very long time.
And Defenders.
Definitely better than Defenders. Way better than Defenders. Yes, there is some may consider it a pacing issue, but I felt like it was necessary. Build up, intense. There's a lot of important information that came at you. But, the way they move on to the next issue, it was what I thought was the most phenomenal about this writing. Whenever there's a situation, there's always a point of escalation that kind of comes out of nowhere. And it seems like every time they're getting a little further, there's either this one point of escalation or things go left. It was just nonstop, and that's what I thought was great about it. So I knew watching this because I give shows a shot all the time, and I have a 3-episode policy. If you're not pulling me in by 3 episodes, then I'm just not gonna. I'm gonna quit. I'm not gonna do it. So there has to be something about it within 3 episodes that make me want to watch it. But at the end of the first episode, when
I was hooked before the end of the first episode.
Okay, I already liked the way it started, and I was already saying like this. I feel like this is gonna be good. I'm gonna keep watching it. But the moment I text all of you like, you must watch this. We will discuss this. Was when he was going to confront his wife's lover, and all of a sudden, as he's headed to the hotel, splat, the body hits the ground. I'm like, that escalation, and that's when I was like, holy shit.
But
watch this show now.
But not only that, it just the way it did it was like you see shows where the anticipation of what's going to happen, good or bad,
and
is
you didn't
there.
see that coming.
And there's multiple times in this series where it does not let you, as soon as you think something's going to happen, it's not the opposite happens. It's something out of left field that you didn't think about. So the scene he's talking about is Jason's character finds out that he is dealing with a situation where his wife is cheating, and he's mustered up the courage as his life is falling from him, around him, is to go confront this person. So he takes that drive and he makes his way and he's going to the street, and just like he says, boom, the body drops. Like, your mind is set on the fact that this encounter is going to happen upstairs.
Upstairs at the hotel, it's going to be ugly, it's going to be sloppy.
But right? Not that. And then even then, Jason, much like what probably I would do, he walks over and he just kind of peeks at the body like, oh, that happened, and I'm out.
Yeah.
I almost like, thank you, God, thank you for that one, and jumped back in the car.
Yes. Iris, how did that level of escalation?
To be honest, as soon as that shit happened, I laughed so hard. Like, I know you guys, I have a dark sense of humor sometimes.
I love it.
But I was so ready for Jason to be like, oh, I'm gonna confront this guy. He's been fucking my wife. I'm gonna go kick his ass, you know. And then you see him like he's ready. He's getting out of the car, and then it's like, oh, that's him. That just, oh, okay, I'm good. And then he just left because you didn't think this gentleman's character. You already know that the gentleman that his wife is cheating with is not an important character at all whatsoever. But I would have never guessed that that's how they would end the character.
Yeah.
With him being pushed out of a window or thrown. Who knows?
From the balcony.
Thrown from the balcony. And it's basically the cartel.
Whoa, there's a part where you said he's not an important character, so you didn't really need him. That's another thing I felt like this show did. You could look at a character and say, okay, they're not important. And you pay them no attention. And they actually are important. Because those other characters that when he actually goes to Ozark and he's doing his thing, to me, there was characters where I thought they were not significant. And they proved to be a really big role, because even that guy that dies, he falls out, his son comes back.
Oh, well, yeah. But I mean, like, that you're not going to see, not that the story of him, or he may not have a connection that may add something to the story, but the whole fact of arc, basically that you're not going to see him.
It's not as important.
Okay. He's not going to make any like drastic him as an actor in the in the TV show.
What I do want to say, and that's you kind of almost touched on another point. Even though they're characters that may not be as significant, that they just easily
get killed.
There are also characters that had a great deal of importance, and I'm frustrated myself that I didn't get his name. But the gentleman who was running the drug cartel,
I don't know. Del Rio.
His real name?
That's his name. Not in real life.
I want to know. Okay.
The gentleman.
But you know the character if you watched by now. You know. Rio. Okay.
He was so smooth.
I actually really appreciated him, and I wanted more of him, and I was so glad when he showed up later. And now, even though in that moment, that scene later on where he was dealing with the rednecks, I knew it was going to escalate. But like we were saying, where you may think it's going to go one way, you're expecting a certain confrontation. You know it's going to be bad, but you didn't expect it. It's like they jump ahead. Yes. They cut out all of okay, everybody's expecting him to turn around, repeat himself, and it get nasty. He turns around before he can finish it. Boom, he's shot.
You know what else they did in that I didn't appreciate until I wasted my fucking time watching Defenders? And you can go back and watch our Defender review, but that was a camera angle where it spun around. It wasn't a traditional here's a camera. It's almost like again like a catch. Exactly, and it was the timing of it was perfect.
Right,
where it gave you just enough, and you're like,
the people that shot him didn't even get in frame.
And I thought I had blood on my face. I was like,
well, and it was the execution of these moments.
It was, because let me tell you that Del Rio, which is the gentleman that's connected with the cartel, the person that shoots him That bitch is savage. Like, she don't
Lemonade.
take shit from
Beyonce, a different type of lemonade.
nobody. Like, this is one crazy
She
old
really
white
wanted to
bitch.
make lemonade.
Yeah,
Now that I think about
like,
how many times she said, "You want me to make some lemonade?"
Like, hold on.
But I can make some lemonade. I'm like,
Well, I don't want no lemonade from that bitch.
No. Listen, she. What?
So, but that was what was great about the show. Jason Bateman is now doing a job that he knows from the beginning that he could not handle. But he's trying because that was the only thing he could think of. Last ditch effort to save his life. And even though he didn't openly admit it, I always felt that through the whole show that he's not certain he can do this. And it's not looking well. Everything he's trying, everybody's turning him away. And that level of intensity, is what made the show for me, because you know that there won't be any more discussion when they come for him. It's either you get this first portion done or not. And money ends up missing. People take
trust
money.
the wrong person.
But
there's so many scenes. Like, even it's hard for me to even leave the first episode where the gun or the cartel runner, he comes in and he's basically saying, hey, he wakes them up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, makes them all drive to this offsite, and basically just within the first like 15-20 minutes of the scene, all crazy shit happens. From like, can my wife go use the bathroom? So the wife walks off camera into the bathroom and he's like, hey, where's my money? You think I'm playing? He shoots into the bathroom and kills the wife.
they get to it.
Like, when he lines the people up, he's like, all right, did you... And just off...
I'm going to miss that character. He was such an awesome character.
Yeah, I gotta tell you.
He was such an awesome character.
He was a beast.
But that also makes me feel like they're going to bring in somebody even more.
Yeah, because
So
remember, the gentleman that you see in this first season that's a part of the drug cartel, he's just like the messenger / enforcer of everything. We don't even know who his boss is within the cartel.
Next, right.
Exactly. Or who there's
worse.
it could be way.
And I'm actually hoping, because I'm not team redneck. I hate those people out there.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
What if you brought Pablo from Narcos in?
Might as well. He's dead on Narcos. So. Okay.
I wouldn't be able to take my mind off him, so don't do that. Never mind.
So this show is definitely worth a watch. The intensity all the way through. I am actually looking forward to a second season. I was disappointed when it was done.
Yeah. Because it's only 10 episodes.
Whenever situations went and decisions that he had to make, I found myself debating those decisions as well. And I want to press you guys with a question on one of those ones. And I know we're jumping around from beginning to end, whole season.
That's why you need to
that's
go
why
watch the
should have
show
already watched
before
it so you can follow. Okay, because we're not going to talk episode by episode. This is not one of those series where you do that. Okay,
Yeah, no.
But in the situation when he was getting very specific instructions to pack his family up, leave, he's expressed it to his wife. He has told her that the others are dead, and then she still tries to go run off with the lawyer, and they kill him. Then they call him. They call Jason Bateman on the phone and say, "So your wife, do we kill her or not?" Before you guys answer, I want to tell you what I was thinking in this process. All right? And I already know we're going to lose some subscribers. And anybody who had me on their little list on Match.com is going to unfollow. It's fine.
But you always have Tinder.
There you go.
Keep on.
Now, in that moment, if I come home, I already know my wife is unfaithful. My detective has already told me that. My PA has already told me that. But I'm letting you know, we're in danger. This is what happened. So-and-so are dead. We need to do this right now or we're all dead. There is no flexibility in this. And then you still try and go get $20,000 out of your account and try and run off with your lover. After I just told you that this is not something that's going to be tolerated because they know that you know our business. They know you know too much. Okay? And our kids' lives are in danger. And you still try. And then when they call me and say, so does she live or does she die? If I'm on the other end of that phone, she's dead. Your thoughts?
Oh, I already had killed her before you started that statement. Like, I mean, in all honesty, listen,
and to be honest with you,
I mean,
within the show, the PI that he has tracking his wife and finds out this nigga sends him a video
that he
of his
watches
wife
for multiple episodes
being fucked from behind. by this other lawyer.
Which wasn't a good technique. But,
Oh, let me tell you, she would have died right there. Right there. And he's watching it while she's talking and smiling at him like, honey, you coming to bed?
No. Okay, wait. But wait. But when
Cartel,
you're watching
Cartel would have been grass right there.
When you're watching for that little scene, when you're watching it from the beginning,
you don't know it's her.
It's a scene that looks just like a typical little porn
amateur,
or something that pops up,
right.
some amateur porn on a
We
hotel.
don't know he's watching his wife.
It is not until literally the last episode where you find out he's watched this hundreds of times.
And that was her.
He's literally, that's his way of coping and dealing with the situation. That he's looking at his wife while watching.
And not only,
that
you saw her sucking somebody else's dick. Like, I can't kiss you after that. Don't kiss me.
Did they show that though? Did I miss that?
Yeah, she goes.
She's
before he turns
her around on the bed.
Puts her on the bed and he.
No. Just like that.
No.
We'll just let her finish the scene.
No.
Sure. Be descriptive.
She would have died. That bitch would have died.
Which is. Now, see how we all felt, which is what I thought was what made the show so great. Because normally in a situation like this, if he would chose to leave the wife alive, and then most people would be like, oh, no, fuck that, and they would be done with it. Uh-huh. But they managed to, when he made that decision, they managed to still, I don't even know, I don't have the words, but they managed to still make that situation like very impactful. When they even get out to the lake and they're talking about it, and he makes that sassy comment about how he was actually satisfied that her lover was dead and she slapped him, and in my mind, I'm like, I could have killed you. I could have told him to kill you. You should be grateful. Like, I don't know, it just kept my blood boiling while watching their relationship.
He was never that guy.
He was never that guy.
And that's why when he was going up, I was like,
but not that. Have.
No, I just feel like even when he was going up to that first scene when the body falls, he goes up and his body language to me was always, he was never that guy. Even the scene with the prostitute. You think that he's cheating on his wife with a prostitute, but he isn't. He's in the place he could easily cheat and he just never did it. Even though he focused on work, even though he made some wrong decisions, he never cheated.
Yeah, no, I know that, but I'm saying it's like Breaking Bad. I think they're gonna eventually build his character to where he does turn dark.
Oh, he's definitely gonna become that guy that makes those decisions.
But but it just for right now, for what we're saying,
right?
Just,
you're definitely right,
and
you're right as well.
He's that person.
He wasn't a guy, but for me, I felt like they gave us these moments for our reaction because even though he's not that guy, I'm yelling at the screen at her still. And I'm super intense about, like, I just saved your life twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, one, I came up with this lie about laundering money out here that we don't even know we can do so we can live because he was going to kill all of us. Yeah. Okay? And then two, when he called me and asked me.
More coastline.
Anywhere. And when he called me and asked me, does the wife live or not? I still saved your life. So I'm yelling at the screen. We're like,
job call.
You don't get to be angry. And for me, I felt like, like those were moments to help us. Like it intensifies their situation. It's very weird. So like when they have their big argument as a couple later on, you don't side with her even though she makes a good argument. In my opinion, I didn't side with her in that argument at all. Even though she made a good argument, I didn't side with her at all.
I mean, other than the fact that the decisions him and his partners had made. Instead of thinking it like really thinking about it like, yo, if I get involved and I launder money for the cartel and if something goes wrong or somebody starts to steal some shit, I'm endangering not only myself, but my children. Fuck the wife, but my children.
Right.
That's what you got to think of. And that's another reason why I also think he was able to not tell them to kill her because of the fact that you have to live with the rest of your life, that you're the reason your children no longer have their mom. Not that she died in an accident and they lost her. You had the option to tell that person, no, don't kill. Because, I mean, imagine...
I just don't think it's who he is as a person. I think that's
that's ultimately what it was.
That's why I was okay
with trying to get at is the way they wrote it and what it spiked in me. Mm-hmm. I thought that's what they were going for.
Okay, so what did you think at the end where he makes another plan? And they said, hey, look, when he gave this envelope, the PI guy comes back and gives another exit plan for the family while he's going to stay in this crap that he's in. And she asked the question, did he set this up before or after he found out it was cheating? and he set it up after.
Right.
She still came back.
Yeah.
She didn't take off again.
Right.
Do you think that brings it full circle for the fact that he spared her life, or?
That is actually a very good point. You know, I think I was so bitter about her and everything she did wrong that I didn't even see that.
That's how I took it. I was
very
like,
good point.
Okay,
Yeah, well, I took it as that, you know, him being involved, so deeply involved in something like that, if something was to happen to him, the children need somebody.
She's doing the motherly thing.
She keeps doing
I'm sorry.
Those-
sorry.
those-
It's the mother in me.
But those children, fuck those children. Okay.
One of them likes to
Oh my
chop
God,
up dead
really?
bodies.
Yeah,
It
listen.
also showed how easy it is to
Listen,
buy a
don't
gun.
don't be getting on my Jonah, because I like that Jonah's a
Don't
little
get too loud.
crazy
Don't
and
get too loud.
dark.
Don't get too loud. All right, hold on.
What about the
hold
scene
on.
where the girl's out there swimming
Hold on.
and she damn near died?
See, damn. Okay, but listen.
But that's because they're too busy arguing like assholes.
no.
That's
That
just
had
called
nothing to
bad
do with it.
No, I'm talking
parenting.
about how
Yeah.
good the scene was put together. The build-up of the argument and her going further and further out, like it was a
You thought she was
metaphor
gonna
for it.
die?
And no, they should have let her fucking die. Not to die.
There you
I
go.
mean, no, wait, stop.
Get
Let
it.
me
No, say it again.
Oh my
let me
God,
finish.
look
Say it
at
again.
him.
What I'm saying is they
Like
should
he was
have.
okay with the
What I'm
baby
saying
dying.
is, what I'm saying
Let him
is,
say it. Let him say it.
the way that she goes out, where you think she is dead, I would have been, man, just mashing a button for the next episode to find out. Then she comes back. If you'd have just showed and you would have thought that she was gone, like we did, I'm pretty sure majority of people like she's gone.
Yeah, she went all the way to the bottom.
Exactly, and her toe just springs a little life. What I'm saying is,
Yeah, which is
if
bullshit.
the episode would have ended there, then the pause for the next one, that would have been awesome. That's how I just looked at it.
Okay, but
I
mean,
would
that
have been
wasn't
holding
the
my breath
point
on.
that you were making before we got to this. Did you forget the point you were headed to?
I probably did.
All right.
Yeah, because I'm like,
I was in the water way too long. I'm about
Okay,
to
fine.
die.
we lost track of what we were
The one
talking
thing
about
that's
here.
always been a problem with TV writing, well, writing in general, TV, movies, the teenage adolescence is always really ridiculous, out of control, and then people don't like slapping their kids anymore because they're worried you're going to lose them. So I don't give a damn about the kids. I felt like there were too many moments where their attitude was way over the top. No, seriously, I would punch somebody in the fucking face. Like, what you say to me?
Oh,
like,
no,
I thought the
They
kids
did
were
need
exactly
to
what
be
the
disciplined.
situation was.
one kid is going to be a psychopath. He's probably going to take over the cartel, the one that's cutting up bodies and
Jonah.
shit. Jonah,
His
okay.
name is Jonah.
All right, and then the daughter, you know, whatever. She's typical. She thinks she knows everything. She wants to be told the truth. Then we tell the truth, she gets upset. Then why the fuck did you want to know if you couldn't handle it? I
Yeah,
hate
but
that
she's
shit.
being humbled as well because remember when she slept with the boat guy and he left and she
That
gave him
doesn't
virginity?
humble her. That just.
I just took it as
That didn't humble her.
she went to her mom like, I need to understand, guys. Like,
But that's
you're
not gonna stop
right.
her from being a bitch about other situations.
And she was an asshole there.
She was. She should have been punching the
Right.
shit.
Yeah.
Like a real,
Like, don't
a
get
real,
me wrong,
a real short
those
change.
kids
Like
need a good ass whooping, like, especially the daughter. Like, I would have whipped her ass so good.
Mm-hmm. yeah.
I wouldn't have had problems with my kids the whole time if I was going through that bullshit with my husband.
Yeah, but you saying that you would have to have those disciplining like setups before this. Like it just to me the reason why I was able to be all right with it is this is what the family did. Like
This is what everybody does, but this is not what I do.
What I'm saying is
That's what I'm telling you.
they
Yeah.
never showed anything that was different because even when he had good money, remember she wanted what was it $5 for a trip, something stupid. It was a small
It was
amount.
$10, and he told her she
and he was
needed-
like, "Nah, I just gave her 4, then
Last
7,
week I
then
just
9."
gave you, no.
Yeah,
And-
then 50. She had 50
But
for
then you
something
know
else.
how much money he makes, and you're like, "That's amazing. Why don't you
Okay,
give
but
up?"
that's still not a disciplinary action. But I still get what you're saying. That's the way the family was always orchestrated. But I'm just saying, there needs to be a show where they need to stop writing annoying teenagers just because they're teenagers is old. It's done.
Yeah.
Like, get over it. They're not every family allows that shit to go down.
Yeah,
And that shit is annoying, and it's not adding or taking away to the story.
Okay, so we talk about the kids, and you're like, okay, well, this is what they need to write in. Okay, well, they kind of wrote in drowning an infant baby. So how'd you feel about that?
Oh my God.
I was
you
actually
guys,
very bothered by that.
I was so devastated.
That shit was cold-blooded.
When I saw that happen, I screamed in terror. I grabbed my child and I held her close to me, my small one. And I held her so tightly that she started screaming because I was holding her too tight. Because I was so devastated when I thought he was like, I want to cry now.
I'm very glad that they actually did it the way they did. I'm glad that they made me feel like he went there, and I was just like, no.
I stood up. I was like, my wife was sitting there watching. I was like,
But
I
I'm
can't
like,
believe they're
okay,
doing this.
you know what? I want them to start crossing lines, and they're crossing lines. So I
want
accepted
that.
it.
No,
No,
that's
hold
a lie.
on. Let me finish. I always preaching like stop doing the norm. So I didn't like it, but I was accepting like, okay, this is what we're doing. It's fucked up, but this is what we're doing. And I took a deep breath and like, let's go. And then when it didn't happen, I was like, okay, thank God, because I didn't want that shit. No.
And the baby was so cute.
I don't think I was breathing. I don't think I was breathing that whole time the baby was under. I was like,
I gasped.
very intense
I think I Googled, can babies hold their breath? Like, I found babies swimming and I didn't.
It's a very intense baptism. Very intense baptism.
Yeah,
I didn't take it as a baptism.
That's what it was, though.
But
That's
I
what it
get
was,
it, but I
yeah.
also took it as, do you think he was having a struggle between the old him and that new him? Do you think he was sitting there dealing with questioning religion and, having that complex conversation? I'm doing everything the right way, God, and here's this person, the cause and effect.
Yes.
So I took it as,
because as humans, we always have that conversation. When we're doing everything right, but we see people that are constantly doing wrong, succeeding and moving forward. Everybody has that conversation. So yes, I do believe that.
So I was like, man, that
I
was
couldn't handle it.
All of these
It hurt
things.
my
Though,
heart.
look at the type of conversations
the
we're having.
FBI agent who was gay, who fell in love with the fly.
With a senior.
Yeah.
With Russ Land,
I don't like it. I'm not
boy.
gay. Don't you ever do that to me? I'm not gay. I'm like, he's gay. Watch,
totally
he's gay. And he is.
yeah.
We don't judge. It's fine. I'm just saying the layers in this.
It is very well written. A lot of entertainment, a lot of layers, a lot of peeling back, a lot of characters you get attached to, a lot of moments of escalation, a lot of moments of clarity. You brought, me full circle with the relationship there. So I'm looking forward now, even more so, to see if they mesh more together to become more, because they did become a team, despite their differences. They did become a good team, and I'm looking forward to seeing them together. And the next season as a team, I'm hoping that the kids start understanding after their encounter in the house, the situation that they're in,
Pick up their house,
and they will start really getting it. Because basically, and I don't want to get.
I like seeing the sun getting dark though. Shoot.
Oh yeah, of course, I was all about that.
Like Jonah.
But watch out for. We talk about the kids kind of undermining the flow of everything.
But I don't want that anymore. I want them now to fully get involved and understand what they're in, and there's no more resistance just because you're a teenager and you're angry.
Yeah, I don't
If
want
there's
that.
resistance because you got a legitimate reason for thinking, Dad, that's a bad idea.
Okay, but what about oh man, the girl who takes over as the manager of the strip club? She was the same age as the rest of them, but her priorities were completely different.
But she was forced to be mature because of her living situation.
Okay.
She had she was raising all of them basically.
Right.
But her dad was in prison. She was forced to grow up long before.
Oh, you're talking about Ruth.
Yes, she was forced to be the decision maker while her dad was in prison long. So she lived a different life, and they did a good job of showing that even though these girls are the same age, Ruth's approach on things and her decision making is a lot more
but she grown.
developed. She is an adult because
an
of she was smarter than those guys that were twice her age running around, and she was calling shots. And that's I'm not saying I want the daughter to be on that level, but now that she has encountered a man in the house, seeing that, understanding fully what they're involved in, they help hide the money and everything. Now that they know, I want to see them start accepting more when shit just goes left, and I tell you to do this,
Not
and being part of it.
to throw anything out, but out of all the characters, one character's backstory that I would like to know is Buddy, the old gentleman that they live in his house.
Mm-hmm.
I remember how he shoots Garcia, who comes into the house trying to kill the wife and the kids and stuff like that. And he ends up killing him. And then they go to, cremate his body, him and Jason Bateman's character. But it's funny how he says, we would have thrown him in the lake. They fill up with air and the body would have just came back up. You have to puncture the lungs so that it sinks down. Mm-hmm. It's like, motherfucker, how do you know this?
Yeah, he was throwing out some shit.
I'll be like, what did you used to do, boo-boo?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. What was you doing back in the day? He an OG.
I think it will come out. I don't, he's on his deathbed. I think we're
Yeah,
going to
he
get
has
a lot
congenital
more.
heart failure.
We're going to get a lot more of him before he goes.
Oh, yeah. I think Buddy is an OG. And that's why he moved out there to West Bubble Fuck. Just like they did, because he was down in some shit back in his,
Makes sense to me.
The
younger days.
Remember the scene where the lady gets hit by the bus or the truck?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that shit was
so
funny.
But wasn't that great?
That shit was
It
funny
was
as hell.
like Final Destination like, but
But it was great.
Yeah.
I mean, I did see the
She
scene
was
coming up.
funny.
I did.
That was
She
one
kept
that was
backing up.
predictable.
You can see the camera angle
Right.
open up.
It
and
was
like,
one that was one of those that was predictable. I mean, we could talk about this all day, so I'm not going to do
Oh
that.
damn day.
I thought he was gonna kill his mama.
I should have, but anyway.
Yeah. Shit.
But this show is one of the best television series I've seen in a very long time. But we will revisit that discussion when I put you guys onto a couple of other TV shows from other platforms that we will discuss on TV Lingo. Because there's a couple of shows, one that's original on Hulu and one that's original on Amazon that I want you guys to watch, and then we're gonna have those discussions and we'll see. Yeah. So I think everybody should watch this show and spread the word. It's a very good show, very good writing, very intense. A lot of moments that you want and you get, a lot of moments that you don't want. It's just good. It's just good all around. This is really good TV. I'm so glad I watched it, Ozark. And I can't wait till the next season. But if you guys don't have anything else, I'm ready to rate this thing.
I'm ready to rate.
I don't have anything else. I'm pretty sure I'll make it up while I'm rating.
All right, well, let's start with you then, Ron. Your rating and why.
I enjoyed it. There's a scene at the end where it literally just plays off by music. There's no words. It's like, I think I texted you something like it was like fine wine or a nice bourbon with some nice music with the lights low. Like everything, it's complex, but it still blends in together. But it was my favorite television show that I've watched in a while, as far as being a thriller or suspenseful. Like if this was a book, I would read it. It has me even looking into other stuff. Like I think HBO does True Detective. They're going to do the 3rd season, and it's going to be in Ozark. They're going to use the
same location.
Yeah, but they actually only filmed there only like on the pilot episode. The rest of it was in Atlanta. But anywho, I enjoyed this. All the characters. There was nobody that I thought shouldn't have been there, but I want to say 9 out of 10. That's what I'm gonna go with. 9 out of 10.
Iris,
And I have to agree. That was my same rating. 9 out of 10.
So there's gonna be some easy math to add this up.
Really, really, really love this show. It was on point. It was good. It wasn't a 10 for me because there were some points where I was like, oh my gosh, shut the fuck up. But overall, I think with it being the 1st season, that's why it still had a little bit of that slow pace, because of course it's very informative. You need to know, key details to know what's going on. So I'm super excited about season 2. I think, we're going to get a little bit more action than we did in this one. But yeah, I'm rating it a 9 out of 10 because it was fucking good.
I also give it a 9 out of 10.
We don't need a calculator because I was about to say, I'm like, hey, let's start adding this up.
I give it a 9 out of 10 because of all the reasons I mentioned. The way things escalated, the way things took a turn, the writing, the chemistry between people, the differences, everything was just written so well. And then one of the things that I was trying to mention before we got off track, but like the fact that the decision that they made to have this person as a client put their lives in danger, but I love how they showed the resistance in that at first and how long it took before they actually gave in. And how
in episode 8.
Jason Bateman knew that this wasn't a good deal, and they gave us those episodes. And at first I was like, why are they giving us these filler episodes? I mean, like, what's the point? And then when we finally get to the point, I kind of understood eventually with him, like, not giving up, why they took him on as a client. And I was just like, I felt like everything just blended. They answered everything. They didn't leave questions. We were like, but wait, why did this? Or don't you think, because I pictured it apart.
Yeah.
I pictured it apart, and I didn't do that with this one.
I felt it was the Ocean's 11, 12 type feel. Every move in this television show was for a reason.
Yes.
I don't think there was very much that happened that didn't have any effect. Like, you would see at the beginning of an episode, he would be talking about, well, if you found $100 million, what would you do? You'll probably buy this. And he's telling you what to do, how to clean the money. He's teaching you the process. But when you watch the end of the episode, you realize it's a voiceover because he's doing it as he's teaching his son. So there was nothing in this from beginning to end that you felt like it was just a waste.
Right.
Or a hallmark moment.
Everything fit, everything for a reason. This is a great show.
It was.
9 out of 10 overall TV Lingo rating.
That was easy.
I am so proud of this one. Yep.
Yes.
We all agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys, let us know in your comments if you agree, if you think that there's a show that's better or that has the same feel that you think is worthy of us watching. Let us know. If we get enough special requests, we'll do a TV Lingo discussion on it. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed talking about it. Thank you for joining us for another TV Lingo discussion. I'm Eddie Lingo.
I'm Iris.
I'm Ron.
And we'll see you on the next one.
What you do today for our family.